Remind us about WWDC, what it is, who's there, why it matters in the Apple universe, and to those who follow the company.
Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference is held every year, Carol, and it's really meant to provide a preview of not just the software, but also some of the hardware that Apple has coming down the pipeline, so app developers can get a head start on working on some of their best apps. Now, this year, it's all about AI. That will be the central theme. It's very software focused, and we're about an hour in since the main keynote started. But what we're learning so far right now is not so much about the AI story that we've all been waiting for. It's really about the Apple iOS upgrades, its Vision Pro headset, that operating system as well, some of the other features across its other devices like the AirPods and its home devices. So the real energy here has been waiting for the artificial intelligence vision. That hasn't happened just yet, but it's coming just in the next hour or so. Some of the things that I've learned so far: the iOS 18, so the iPhone operating system that will be rolled out more widely later this fall, will have a new home screen. You'll get the opportunity to arrange the apps as you see fit. You'll also get new privacy apps. So now, you can hide an app if you don't want someone to look at it, or you can lock an app using your Face ID. Messages have some new fun features like tapbacks using emojis instead of just like the up or down, thumbs down. So there's a few kind of what seem to be incremental kind of upgrades.
Doesn't feel like a lot of innovation
an artificial
happening.
Intelligence day.
Well, what I will say is that Carol's not going to be...
and this is why you...
Yeah, go ahead, Jackie.
This is why you're seeing shares slip a little bit. Yeah. The anticipation for the artificial intelligence news is just really keeping us at the edge of our seats here.
I was going to say, Carol's not going to be using the tap back feature. She doesn't like it when she sends a text message and I just give it a thumbs up or a heart. That's just a little secret. That's just a little secret into the world of Carol Massar and texting. Jackie, what has been sort of like not the highlight thus far, but when we talk about AI and what's to come down the line, what do investors really want to see to move the needle on the company's stock and to justify the rally that we've seen of late? Look, Apple's underperformed the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ composite so far this year, but investors have recently sent the shares rallying since they've been at a low this year, and a lot of that has to do with optimism over AI. What do they want to see?
Well, what we do know from Mark Gurman's reporting is that Apple Intelligence will be Apple's new AI system. This will be a combination of its own AI technology, but also OpenAI, the big partnership that we're waiting to see announced for the first time publicly, will play a major role in just exactly how Apple plans to roll out its strategy going forward. It might be able to reinvigorate Siri, its AI assistant, which is kind of a laggard when you compare it to some of the other AI assistants out there in the market now. Investors really want to understand what is the long-term play here, because Apple excels at devices, but coupling that with the AI wave that we've seen thus far, it's somewhat been behind the curve. So just exactly how it plans to get in the game again is what investors hope to see today.
All right, Jackie, so Tim Cook, what are the watchwords and big themes in terms of AI specifically, and how much of it also has to do with partnerships, the right partnerships here that maybe get investors excited?
OpenAI is one of them, but Apple, of course, is also looking at potential partnerships with Google's Gemini, another major large language model developer. What is going to be key here for Apple is understanding where its own large language model technology comes into play. It needs to get into the game somehow. Having that OpenAI partnership is especially useful to kind of get the wheels moving. Now, going forward, it's really going to place a major emphasis in terms of how you can interact with your phone in a much easier way, using voice control, for example, using your AirPods, perhaps some other home devices. This is where they have the major advantage, given all these devices are already in billions of people's hands.